Hey, Chris Jeub, the Glamping Guy here. It's open cart right now for my 8 weeks to launch class. I hope you get online and register. Registration will close Monday night, and there is a 50% deal going on right now for all Pioneer students. I just sent out my onboarding email, and I want you to be a part of that. Part of launching a class like this is that a lot of questions come in about how people can participate in the most exciting asset class in real estate, and that's glamping. And if you've watched my videos up to this point, you know that I'm really successful and I'm really into helping other people take advantage of this opportunity. So if you are a landowner, a potential landowner, or an investor who wants to get into the market of glamping, my 8 weeks to launch class is for you. First question is from Ron in Florida, and he's asking, where are these videos being filmed and what is so great about being a Pioneer student? Okay, I'm glad you asked that, Ron. The videos are being filmed on my property here in Monument, Colorado. If you've seen my videos in preparation for this course, I have two properties. One here is my homestead that I've been living on for 24 years, and the other is a property that we have purchased. They're both in Monument, Colorado, but actually in El Paso County, Colorado, and I'm pertaining to the codes and regulations within the county. Now, I currently have 12 units, but I'm in the process of permitting for a total of 32 that will be coming up this summer. So I've got a lot going on. I'm really thankful for the success that I've had. In fact, at the beginning of 8 weeks to launch, I'll be revealing the exact numbers for 2023, and they're better than I've been advertising, as well as the projections for 2024. It's going to be a fantastic year, and I want you in on it. And as for being a Pioneer member, that means you are the first person to take my course. I plan on teaching this every year. As a Pioneer student, you will have access to not only the class that you take starting on Monday, but you'll have access to every version of class that I come out with in the future. And there's also a 50% off coupon that I have online. Go to monumentglamping.com to actually see all the details. The point is right now for you to understand that being a Pioneer student, you get the best bang for your buck. Okay, the next question comes from Rick in California, who's actually an old friend of mine. I know him through my speech and debate world. Now, he has a question about extension cords. I attached a Google Earth image of your property. He's viewing my property on Google Earth. Feel like I'm under a microscope here. The power cord extensions have me puzzled. You mentioned in a YouTube comment that your longest run is 100 feet. It gets nowhere near your creek. I'm obviously missing something. Can you help in my confusion? Yes, I will. I actually went on Google Earth and looked at my property after I found out you're looking at mine. And I see that it's an old picture. Actually, it's before I even started glamping, like 2000, I'm guessing 2017, 18. I erected my first tent in 2019. I had an electrician install a pedestal and run electricity all the way down to a bathhouse that's going to the side of my property. And I have my other units on the south side of my property that hook into my existing shed. But here's the important thing. I had envisioned that I would run electricity to my glamping tents and tiny homes. However, after talking to the building department, extension cords don't have to be permitted. I know, it kind of boggles your mind. I wanted to do things professionally and really sound and safe, but according to the code, an extension cord plugging into the side of the bathhouse doesn't need to be permitted. Part of my class will go through my whole site development plan that I have in process as I speak. Because really, this is a journey for all of us. Glamping is such a new and exciting investment class that it's always changing. And I figured I better launch this class, or I'll never launch the class, because I will continue to grow and grow and grow into the future. And I really want you to be a part of that. So register for the class, Rick, whether you're going to launch this year or not. But in 8 weeks, you will have everything you need to launch your glamping operation on your private property. The next one comes from Justin in California, and he says that he's running into trouble. I emailed the planning director in the county, and she pretty much shut me down. She told me that what I'm building is a campground, and I need to find land that allowed permission for a campground. And this is terrible news for him. Not so fast, Justin. This is very, very common when you talk to government officials. Planners, planning directors, building department people, they look at you and they see a tent and they think campground. It's just logical. Part of my class spends a lot of time differentiating the difference between a campground and a glamp ground. There is a big difference. And planners and government officials and commissioners need to understand the difference. It's part of your job as a glamping operator to be very clear about that. Now, this planning director is saying you have to buy a piece of property to rezone and become a campground. No, that's a whole different beast. That's a commercial campground, and you don't want to be that. You want to stick yourself into more of a special use or an accessory use, some sort of allowance in a particular subset of zoning that will give you the opportunity to build a glamp ground. This frees you up to play in that gray area that I said in the last video that allows you to build your own structures. You're not asking people to drive their RVs on your property. You're not asking people to pop up their own ugly nylon tents. You're making these really nice tents or these really nice unique stays for people who want some accommodations. What your planning director needs to know is that they have their round hole and you have a square peg, and you need to figure out how to fit into the county. The same exact thing has been told to me. I've figured this out. In my county, I have a thing called a recreation camp, which is one of many special uses that could be used on a particular subset that I live on. That recreation camp is my glamping operation. Now, I'm not telling you something illegal. I'm telling you the legal route. This is a pathway to getting the right permitting for your glamping operation. And I'm sorry you have a planning director leading you down this wrong road. That's unfortunate, but planning directors are getting on board with this. They're starting to realize what we're doing. And me, as Glamping Guy, am taking a lot of leadership in our county, as well as the whole nation, to explain to planning directors all over the nation how to view glamping. It is outdoor recreation, a recreation camp, and a lot of rural residential subsets allow for such a thing. Now, in our class, we have a workshop day every Thursday where we will be looking specifically at individual owners' opportunities. And Justin, I think it's going to be valuable for you to be a part of that so that you can find that property and be confident moving forward as a glamping operator. Okay, do you want to get into the sexiest asset class in real estate? Registration is open through Monday night. I will be dropping the first video on Monday, so try to get registered a little bit early. That's January 15th, Martin Luther King Day. And some discounts, deadlines, and bonuses are available at the present moment. Go to glampingguy.com, get registered, and we will see you in class.